A very good morning to all of you. So today we will discuss an important topic, that is what are the rate limiting enzymes of all the cycles. You must know this, what are the rate limiting enzymes. It is important for UG as well as for PG because it can be frequently asked in your Viva and in MCQ. So you have an idea what are the rate limiting enzymes of different cycle. Okay, so let's start the topic. First, what is the rate limiting enzyme of your glycolysis? So rate limiting enzyme of glycolysis is your phosphofructokinase 1 enzyme. Okay, phosphofructokinase 1, or you can short form PFK1 is also written in if it is asked in MCQ. So glycolysis rate limiting is that of phosphofructokinase 1. In TCA cycle, it's isocitrate dehydrogenase enzyme. Isocitrate dehydrogenase. And what about glycogenesis? Glycogenesis means what is? Genesis means synthesis, isn't it? So there is a synthesis of glycogen. When there is a synthesis of glycogen, so the rate limiting enzyme of is that of glycogen synthase. Okay, as there is a synthesis of glycogen. Next, glycogenolysis. What is the meaning of lysis? Lysis means breakdown of something. So glycogenolysis, that means there is a breakdown of your glycogen. So breakdown of glycogen will caused by which rate limiting enzyme? It is glycogen phosphorylase. Glycogen phosphorylase. Okay, this is the rate limiting enzyme of your glycogenolysis. Now comes on the hexose monophosphate shunt, that is HMP shunt. It is the G6PD enzyme. That is what? It is glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. Okay, dehydrogenase. And this is the first enzyme of your HMP shunt, and this is the rate limiting enzyme of HMP shunt. Now comes on the lipid metabolism, the fatty acid synthesis. What is the rate limiting enzyme of fatty acid synthesis? It is acetyl-CoA carboxylase. Okay, it is acetyl-CoA carboxylase enzyme. Now fatty acid oxidation or beta oxidation. Okay, so what is the rate limiting? That is of CAT. That is carnitine acyl transferase. Okay, transferase. These rate limiting enzymes are asked in MCQ and you must know for your Viva. So once again, what are the rate limiting enzyme of glycolysis? That is phosphofructokinase 1. In TCA cycle, it is isocitrate dehydrogenase. In glycogenesis, that is synthesis of glycogen, rate limiting enzyme is your glycogen synthase. In glycogenolysis, what is the rate limiting? That is of glycogen phosphorylase. For HMP shunt, G6PD. Okay, glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. For fatty acid synthesis, rate limiting is acetyl-CoA carboxylase. And fatty acid oxidation or in beta oxidation, this is CAT, that is carnitine acyl transferase. Okay, now comes on another rate limiting enzyme, sir. Next one is your what? Next one is your cholesterol synthesis. Okay, in cholesterol synthesis. So what is the rate limiting enzyme of your cholesterol synthesis? It is HMG CoA reductase. It is HMG CoA reductase. Okay, cholesterol synthesis. Next is your ketone body synthesis, or you can say ketogenesis also. Ketone body synthesis, or ketogenesis, or you can say ketone body synthesis or ketogenesis. Okay, so for ketone body synthesis and ketogenesis, the rate limiting enzyme is what? It is HMG CoA synthase. Okay, HMG CoA synthase. So remember, this is HMG CoA reductase and HMG CoA synthase. So don't confuse. In the cholesterol, this is reductase. Okay, and for ketogenesis or ketone bodies, it is HMG synthase. Okay, so don't confuse it. Cholesterol is reductase and ketone is synthase. Okay, next is your urea cycle. Urea cycle. So rate limiting enzyme of your urea cycle is your CPS1. The rate limiting enzyme is your CPS1. What is the full form of CPS1? That is carbamoyl phosphate synthase. Carbamoyl phosphate synthase. This one. Okay. For urea cycle, the rate limiting enzyme is your CPS1. And for de novo pyrimidine synthesis. De novo pyrimidine synthesis. So for de novo pyrimidine synthesis, the rate limiting enzyme is your CPS2. That is carbamyl phosphate synthase 2. So one important thing you must read also the difference between CPS1 and CPS2. Okay. In another video, we will just share what is the difference between CPS1 and 2. Now the trick how you will remember the CPS1 is enzyme of your rate limiting enzyme of urea cycle and CPS2 is rate limiting enzyme of your pyrimidine synthesis. Pyrimidine, D means di. Di means what? 2. Di means something, di means 2. So pyrimidine is like 2. So CPS2 is the rate limiting enzyme of your pyrimidine synthesis. While CPS1 is your urea cycle. Okay. Then what? De novo purine synthesis. What is the rate limiting enzyme of your de novo purine synthesis? So de novo purine synthesis enzyme is your PRPP. What is PRPP? Phosphoribosine pyrophosphate. Phosphoribosine pyrophosphate. In short form, you can write it PRPP. So this is the rate limiting enzyme of your purine synthesis. Okay. Next is uric acid synthesis. Uric acid synthesis. So what is the rate limiting enzyme of your uric acid synthesis? This is your xanthine. It's your xanthine oxidase. Okay. It's your xanthine oxidase. XO. And we will yesterday learn a mnemonic. What is the cofactor of XO? That is MO, molybdenum. Okay. Next is that of heme synthesis. What is the rate limiting enzyme of your heme synthesis? Okay, so these are the rate limiting enzyme of your all the cycle which you read it in your biochemistry and you have an idea of all these cycles. Okay. So what is the rate limiting enzyme of your next is your heme synthesis. Heme synthesis. So rate limiting enzyme of your heme synthesis is what? It is ALA synthase. ALA synthase. What is ALA? ALA is delta amino levulinic acid. Delta amino levulinic acid. Okay, it's the full form of your ALA. So heme synthesis, it is ALA synthase, that is delta amino levulinic acid. And one is your that of bile acid synthesis. What is rate limiting enzyme of your bile acid? So bile acid synthesis enzyme is that of 7-alpha hydroxylase. 7-alpha hydroxylase. Okay, so these are all rate limiting enzyme of all your cycles which you have studied in biochemistry and it's important for your Viva as well as for your MCQ. So you must read it. Okay, thank you.